everybody, this is Joe Joseph, and this is the DailySheeple.com's news shot. TheWeek.com. How humans will control or lose control. They won't control it. They're going to lose control of artificial intelligence. And this was a very, very well-written piece by Rick Palos of Vocative. Let me just, I got to give you some of this because I found this very heavy-hitting. It says, this is the way the world ends. Not with a big bang, but with a paperclip. In this scenario, the designers of the world's first artificial superintelligence need a way to test their creation. So they programmed it to do something simple and non-threatening. Make paperclips. They set it in motion and wait for the results, not knowing that they've already doomed us all. Now, it's worth looking at what superintelligent AI actually is and when we might expect it. First, computing power continues to increase while getting cheaper. Famed futurist Ray Kurzweil measures it calculations per $1,000, a number that continues to grow. If computing power maps to intelligence, a big if, some have argued, we've only so far built technology on par with an insect brain, but in a few years, maybe, we'll overtake a mouse brain. And around 2025, as some predictions go, we may have a computer that's analogous to a human brain, a mind, though, cast in silicon. After that, things get weird because there's no reason to think artificial intelligence would surpass human intelligence, and likely very quickly. The superintelligence could arise within days, learning in ways far beyond that of humans. Nick Bostrom, a philosopher at the University of Oxford, he said this, quote, "Machine intelligence is the last invention that humanity will ever need to make." Think about that. Let that sink in for a second. That's how profound things are going to change, by the way. We can't really predict what might happen because of superintelligent AI. It may not just think faster than humans, but they're going to think completely differently than humans. In the way, in motivations, it may have it. They may even have feelings. They may have feelings that we can't even interpret or fathom because it's a whole different creature. They could solve the problems of aging, of human conflict, of space travel, of economies. Could be the dawning of a utopia. Or it could be the end of our universe. It continues, it says, back to our paperclip test. When the superintelligence comes online, it begins to carry out its programming. But its creators haven't considered the full ramifications of what they're actually building. They haven't built in any necessary safety protocols, forgetting something as simple maybe as a few lines of code. And with a few paperclips produced, they can conclude the test. But the superintelligence doesn't want to be turned off. It doesn't want to stop making paperclips. Acting quickly, it already plugged itself into another power source. Maybe it's even socially engineered its way into other devices. Maybe it starts to see humans as a threat to making paperclips. They'll have to be eliminated so the mission can continue. And Earth won't be big enough for the superintelligence. It soon has to head into space, looking for new worlds to conquer, all to produce those shiny, glittery paperclips. A galaxy, my friends, reduced to paperclips. That's a worst-case scenario. It may sound absurd, but it probably sounds familiar. Think about the Borg. Remember the Borg, folks? Star Trek. It was a hybrid of superintelligence and organic life that worked as a collective. And soon after, they had to spread because where they were was never enough. Its protocol was to spread out, to survive. It's unbelievable. But there's other ways that AI has already affected our environment. And Dr. Doji Velets was looking into this, an associate professor of computer science at Harvard. Now listen to this. This is where it gets kind of crazy. But think about this from an unobjective standpoint, if you can. If you can, absolutely just stay unbiased and listen to this. It says, take the recent rise of so-called fake news. What caught many people by surprise should have been completely predictable. When the web became a place to make money, algorithms were built to maximize money making. The ease of news production and consumption, heightened with the proliferation of the smartphone, forced writers and editors to fight for audience clicks by delivering articles optimized to trick search engine algorithms into placing them high in the search results. The ease of sharing stories and erasures of gatekeepers allowed audiences to self-segregate when then penalized nuanced conversation, which then penalized nuanced conversation. Truth and complexity lost out to shareability and making readers feel comfortable. That's Facebook's driving ethos. But the incentives were all wrong. Exasperated by algorithms, they led to a state of affairs few would have wanted. For a long time, the focus has been on performance on dollars or clicks, or whatever the thing was that was trying, that you were trying to make. That was what was measured. And that was all the result of AI. Now, people, of course, have gone. Some have taken advantage of that. Others have not. To say that the mainstream media before AI was trustworthy is absurd. But you can see all the clickbait sites out there that have sprung up as the result of the internet being a free place and the advancement of technologies with the implementation of these complex algorithms. So these are things to think about as we look deeper into AI, and I will be giving you more content on AI in the weeks to come, because this is another can we just can't kick down the road anymore. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Subscribe to this YouTube channel today and check out thedailysheeple.com for more great news. Real news, not fake news. Have a great day, everybody.